Holds the world record as the tallest person who ever lived. And did you know this gentle giant hailed from the Metro East? His hometown even dedicated a statue to him.
Tonight, Steve Harris has the story of the Alton giant who is still wowing residents decades later.
Giants only exist in fairy tales, so we've been told. But a little over 80 years ago, a real giant walked the streets of Alton, Illinois.
He has been an icon of this town for decades.
His name? Robert Wadlow, known in these parts as the Alton Giant.
He's still the world record holder for being the tallest person ever lived.
He was born in 1918 with a pituitary gland disorder causing a very high level of human growth hormone. Robert's recorded height of 8 feet 11 inches landed him in the Guinness Book of World Records. But historian Brian Combs says despite his great size, Robert truly was a gentle giant.
You might consider someone with that kind of disposition might be, angry or in some way sad, but if you look at the pictures and just look at the pictures, that's what you see. Or you don't see, rather, you see him as a jovial young youth enjoying life as best he can.
Robert went to Shirtliff College to be a lawyer, a dream that never came true.
Getting around campus was rather difficult for him, so again, before ADA was around, he decided that this is not going to work, it's not going to be very convenient. He dropped out and decided to do other things.
Like traveling the country as a spokesman for the International Shoe Company, the makers of his size 37 AA shoe. Shirtliff College is now the SIU School of Dental Medicine. And in 1985, local artist Edward Engelhard Giberson created a life-size bronze sculpture of Robert standing across the street. It's a way to honor the Alton Giant and let visitors see how tall he really was. I'll tell you what, it would certainly make doing a TV interview difficult. Close by, a stone etched with Robert's story and a bronze replica of his specially made chair. On his face, his trademark smile. But the story of this happy young man ends sadly. You see, Robert wore leg braces to help him walk, which had to be adjusted as he grew.
Fortunately, that last adjustment they made on his braces was not exactly as good as it could have been. And so that began to wear on his ankle, and as he didn't have good sensation in his legs near that part of his body, a blister formed. He wasn't aware of it. That later got infected, and from that he developed blood poisonings.
Robert passed away July 15th, 1940 at the age of 22. 8 feet 11 inches tall, 490 pounds. At the time of his death, he was still growing. So if you happen to find yourself in Alton, stop by and visit the statue of Robert Wadlow, the tallest person who ever lived. Steve Harris, News 4.